Hi P3s, remember if there's any question you still don't understand after going through, please note it down and then check with me. Okay, question 1. This boy, right, he touched a hot stove. A hot stove is basically a place that your parents cook lah, in the kitchen, where the pots, the pans, they are placed over fire, right? So that's a stove. Okay, so he accidentally touched that. Okay, so because it's very hot, he cried out in pain. Okay, so these four are all the four characteristics of living things, but which one does his reaction show? Okay, so this is a response to changes lah, because the stove is hot, so he respond to it. Okay, so that's respond to changes. Actually, this is called reflex lah. It means a automatic reaction. Okay, just like if you step on something sharp, okay, you will immediately move away. Okay. Okay, so she has a pet hamster. Okay, living things need air, food, and water to stay alive. So the hamster died. Okay, so it's either they don't have food, don't have air, or don't have water. Okay, so let's check. There's food, so no problem with food. Okay, cover with holes. That means this is a cover, but there's holes, meaning air can still go in and come out. So there's also air. So no problem with air. So the last one is water. Where's the water? The water is missing. Okay, so there's no water lah. Okay, nothing to do with sunlight because the hamster is not plants. They doesn't need light to make food. Okay, if you want to talk about which one is the most important, the most important is air. The second most important is water. The least important but still very important is food. Okay, just think about it logically lah. For us, we are hamster. We are mammals, so we are just like hamster, which is also mammals. Without air, we'll die within minutes. Without water, we'll die within days. Without food, we'll die within weeks. So that's how we know air is the most important. Okay, so basically January, April, and July. January is the first, April is the fourth month, and July is the seventh month. Okay, I know some of you are not familiar with this. Okay, but it doesn't matter. Basically, what they are telling you is over time, there are more and more rabbits. So there are more rabbits. Okay, they give you a very important clue. She did not put in any rabbit, and she also didn't take out any rabbits. Yet there are more and more rabbits. That means they reproduce. Okay. Then the question is, how does rabbits reproduce? Rabbits are mammals because they have outer covering of hair. They feed its young with milk. Okay, so because they are mammals, they give birth. Okay, only platypus and spiny ant lay eggs. That's number 4. So let's see for these 4 children, which one is wrong. Now all living things reproduce, all animals reproduce, plants also. They can all respond to changes. They come in different shapes. Okay. All animals eat other animals for food. So basically there are 3 types of animal in terms of how they feed. The first one is what you call animal eater or meat eater. Okay, or if your science is quite good, you would know that it's called carnivore. But carnivore, herbivore, and omnivore, this terminology is not tested in primary school. Also, the other one is plant eater. Okay, the last one is meat, or you can say animal and plant eater. That means they eat both. Okay, for example, chicken is animal and plant eater. They eat worms, they eat seeds, so they eat grains, so they eat both. Okay, plant eater, they eat only plant. So for example, cow, they eat only grass, right? Animal eater are things like tiger, lion, shark. Okay, they only feed on other animals. Okay, so animal don't only feed on other animals. Some of them can actually feed on plants, or they can feed on both. So Jaden is the one who is wrong because they're asking for not correct. Not correct meaning wrong. Okay, lay eggs. Okay, mammals don't lay eggs. At least most of them don't lay eggs. So this is highly unlikely. Only platypus and spiny anteater legs. Dry skin with scales. This is a very important clue. Oh, only one type of animal have dry skin with scales, and that's a reptile. Okay. Birds is feather. Amphibian is no outer covering. Okay, or you can say moist skin. Uses its leg to crawl, but not swim or fly. Okay, this one is not very important because uh, quite a number of organisms have this kind of different characteristic. But based on this, you can likely guess. Okay, it's likely to be a crocodile. Okay, because it uses legs to crawl. Okay, but this is not the very important information. The key information is this. Once if you are very familiar with the characteristic of animal groups, seeing point number two should immediately tell you it is a reptile. Okay, so it's number two, reptiles, because they have dry skin with scales. Okay, fishes also have a scale, but their scale is not dry. Okay, for this question, they are asking you which one is an insect. Okay, so to be an insect, you must have 3 body parts. That's point number one. Second thing, you must have 6 legs, or you can say 3 pair of legs. Okay, so just by looking at it, you know that this is 6 legs. So it's an insect. Okay, so B is an insect. A is 8 legs, right? If you count it, so it's not an insect. Okay, it is an arachnid. Okay, wings not important. Not all insects have wings. Okay, as I was telling you, animals also have 3 body parts. Okay, so answer is A and C, which is number 3. However, it is not very fair because actually you can't really see the 3 body parts in animal B. Okay, the 3 body parts like this. Okay, your head, your thorax, and your abdomen. Okay, these names is not important because it's not important, but you don't have to know it because it's not tested in primary school. However, you must always remember the legs is always attached to the thorax, meaning the middle body part. Okay, but animal B you can't really see the 3 body parts from the picture itself. Okay, but they must have 3 body parts and 6 legs to be determined as a insect. So that's why it's A and C, number 3. Okay, question 7, right? Siti, she saw this plant X, and then she made 4 statements as shown there. So only one of them is correct. So let's go and find out. Okay, it has strong stems. It's definitely wrong. It has weak stems. That's why it's not growing upright. It's growing around the fence. Okay, some other plants that has weak stems, right, they'll grow around the pole. Okay, reason because they will need support to grow upwards because their stem is weak. So this one has weak stems. Okay, it will produced by seeds. Of course, you can't see it. You can't see it directly, but you can see that it is actually a flower. Flower turn into fruits. Fruits have seeds, and then seeds can be grown into new plant. So it's number 2. Okay, just to be sure, we're just going to check number 3 and 4. They say it is non-flowering plant, definitely wrong because there's flower there already. The plant does not need food to survive, not true. The plant does not need to feed, but it still needs food by making its own food. Okay, so number 4 is a bit tricky there. Okay, this question, this is a bread mold. Bread mold is actually a fungi, just like bacteria, which is a decomposer. Okay, they ask you what is true. Okay, so it is a fungi. Okay, it is not a bacteria, although they belong to the same group of under decomposer. It is definitely not a plant because it cannot make food. It's not animal because it cannot move from location to location. Okay, number 9. Okay, he saw that there's this insect that's attracted to big and brightly colored flowers. So which plant here, WXYZ, right? There are 4 different types of plant. Which are the plants that this insect will be attracted to? He already tell you the insect here will be attracted to big and brightly colored flowers. Okay, and flower is a criteria. So does it produce small flowers? No, because he want big flower. So if you say yes, all this here is small, he don't want small. All the insects will be attracted to small. They are attracted to big ones. So all this here, meaning Y and Z are both big. and then it must be brightly colored, so yes, so it's Y. Okay, number 3. Okay, let's see what's the grouping here, how are they classified. So this one is a mushroom, it's a bracket fungi. Okay, so they are both under the fungi group. Okay, both group B, both of them has leaves, right? So they are under the plants. Okay, so let's check. Grow on land, grow in water, not true. This one it doesn't grow in water. Okay, so it's wrong. It is not a plant, it is a fungi, so it's wrong. Reproduce by seeds, no, only flowering plants reproduce by seeds. Group A is a fungi, not a plant, so it doesn't reproduce by seeds. In fact, they reproduce by spores. Okay, for question 11, if you have watched my video, you would know on the video on materials that you'll be able to answer this easily. Okay, these things here are what you call objects. These things here are what you call materials. So what's the difference? Material don't actually have much uses. Material can be only turned into object. Object, they have uses to it. Okay, so for example, paper is a material, right? Paper itself, it doesn't serve much purpose, but if you can turn it into a book is an object that serves a purpose for reading. Okay, so P is a object, and then Q is a material. So it's number 1. Okay, for question 12, he's telling you that this material can be bent. Okay, so that means this material is flexible. This is a very tricky question. Okay, let me just put a star to it. Okay, wood is not flexible. Ceramic is not flexible. Ceramic is like glass, but they're opaque. If you drop it, you'll break. Okay, for example, some bowls is being made of ceramic. Okay, the bowls that if you drop and you break, those are ceramic. Okay, so I left with metal and styrofoam. I believe many students will choose styrofoam, which is wrong. Styrofoam cannot be bent. Let's just think about if you don't know what's a styrofoam, is this white material you use to packet your food. So sometimes you can buy rice or any kind of takeaway food, right? They'll put inside a white container, right? That after you eat you can throw away, right? Those are called styrofoam. And if you try to bend it, right, it will break. Also, it's not styrofoam. I believe most of you will choose styrofoam. Okay. Now, then you think that, but metal also cannot be bent, what? That is not true. Pure metal is actually flexible. Okay, that's why even for gold medal, right, like for example Olympic gold medals, they are not pure gold. Okay, because for pure gold, right, if you drop it you immediately bend because they are very flexible. Okay, then why is it that most of the metal you see is not flexible? Because they are actually not called metal. We always call them metal, but actually they are not really metal. They are what you call alloy. Okay, if you refer to my video, I'll have talked about this as well. Alloy is basically a man-made material called mixed metal. When you mix different kind of material together, it produces a special kind of man-made material called alloy. But because we mix different kind of metal together and it forms alloy, right, that's why we commonly call it metal, although the actual name is called alloy. So the metal that you see around you that is very strong, it is stiff and cannot be bent, right, those are alloy. Okay, pure metal is usually very flexible. Okay, the shape can change easily. So it's number 3. Okay, question 13 again. This thing you can roll it, right? That means you can bend it, right? That means again it is flexible. So the properties that allows it to be coiled up is flexibility because it allows it to be bent. Okay, so a material has these 3 properties. It is not flexible meaning it is stiff, cannot be bent. Okay, waterproof, that means water doesn't get absorbed. Allow light to pass through, that means it is transparent. Or you can say highly translucent, that means you can see through it. Okay, maybe a lot, maybe a little. That's why. Okay, so they ask you which is most likely the material. Let's see number one first. Glass is transparent. Glass is waterproof. It doesn't absorb water. It cannot be bent, so that's correct. Number two, it is wood is stiff. Correct. Wood absorbs a bit of water. Okay. Like wood doesn't allow light to pass through. Wood is not transparent. It's opaque, so it's out. Okay. Metal is also opaque. It's also out. Rubber is also opaque. It's also out. Okay. So it's clear glass number one. Okay. Okay, the purpose of wearing helmet is to protect your head, okay, protect your skull. So this thing must be very strong so that it doesn't break easily, so that it can protect your head, right? Okay, and if you ever touch a helmet before, helmet is not flexible, cannot be bent one. So helmet is not flexible and it must be strong. So it's material Z. Okay. Okay, so for this question, right, what Mary did is she put 100 cm of water for all the different kind of materials, and then he realized that for P it only bend 1 cm. Okay, so that means it is not very flexible. Whereas for S, right, putting the same amount of water, it actually bent a lot. Oh, that's why she measure 7 cm. Okay, something like that. So that means this is the most flexible. Okay, so she wants to make a food tray. A food tray is used to hold your food, what? So it cannot be flexible. Otherwise, all your food will spill, okay, or drop. So it must be stiff. So the least flexible is strike P, right? So you should choose P. Okay, so basically he's testing the strength. Strength is to see whether or not something is strong or weak. Okay, a strong material won't break easily, whereas a weak material will break easily. Okay, all the papers are wet. He tried a few papers to find out which paper is actually the strongest. That means it will be harder to break. Okay, so when you're testing strength, right, you're trying to find out does it break or not. Okay, because strong one won't break easily, weak one will break easily. Okay, so he's trying to find out if they break easily. That's the question. Okay, so what should he be observing? So he should be observing the number of coins the paper can hold before breaking. Okay, why? Because to know if something is strong, it must support a lot of weight. Okay, it must take more weight before it breaks, as compared to something that's weak. Something that's weak, right, it will take lesser weight. With a bit of weight, it will break already. Okay, so a strong material that can take more weight can hold more coins, whereas the one that take less weight will hold less coins. Okay, so you need to find out which one can hold more coins. So you are trying to find out the number of coins they can hold before tearing or before breaking. Okay, so it's number 3. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.